Morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to our discussion series, The Future of Bay Club, Operating Under the New Norm. We've promised the membership base that every Monday through Friday in the month of April, we're going to bring a variety of leaders from the community, from our membership base and our team to talk about a number of different topics that will help people start to think about what the world's going to look like as we start to turn on the lights of our clubs and welcome our members back. My name is Matthew Stevens. I'm the president and CEO of Bay Clubs. My colleague Annie Appel and I will be the various hosts over the month. Tonight, I've got responsibility. You may see her back on the screen tomorrow. And I've got 4 individuals with me that I'm thrilled to have on the squad today. So I've got Morell Marean, our Senior EVP of Operations, who offices out of Burbank, California. I've got Anne Wharton, our Senior EVP of Member Communication down in the Southern California market base out of Manhattan Beach, California, a very tough place to live. Alex Tourk, who is our lobbyist extraordinaire, who has been working with us for probably coming up on 10 years now, that has been helping us with a whole variety of things in the different counties and environments that we operate, from San Diego to Portland, Oregon. And then Marissa Dorfler, our social media extraordinaire, who's been overseeing the Daily Bay with our team and is going to talk to you guys about programming. So let's get this kicked off. I'm going to let these guys introduce themselves and give you a little bit of their background, and then we'll dig into some of the topics. They'll give you an idea of the topics we are going to talk about today, and we'll roll from there. Morell, you want to kick us off?
Absolutely, Matthew. Thanks for having us this morning. It's great to be here. I'm super proud to be a part of the Bay Club during this time. I've been with the company for about 6 months now. I moved to Los Angeles to work for Universal Studios years ago. I spent most of my career in the hospitality business, and I think you're seeing, a lot of what's so great about our company culture and our values come to light at this time. Our focus on hospitality and our focus on our members and our employees. I think, this time is really a pause. It's not a stop. Summer's coming, and we're excited and looking forward to the time when our members come back to us. We're getting ready, and we're doing some great things across all of our properties.
Great. Well, we're thrilled to have you on board. And how many years have you been in this F&B business that I've steered you across to the dark side over into the active lifestyle side of the world?
I think close to 30 or so. But I couldn't be happier, and our business is dynamic. It's, we've got an incredibly strong hospitality component with some great, food DNA within our company. And I think our 4-quadrant business of hospitality, family, fitness, and sports is an amazing business model and great to be a part of.
Good. Well, we're thrilled to have you on our team, and excited to talk as we go into a little bit more detail on everything we're getting ready to welcome our members back for the summer season, spring and summer season. So we'll dig into that a little bit. Let me go down to our Manhattan Beach, California side of the world. We were thrilled to bring Anne on board when we were fortunate enough to get involved with Manhattan Beach Country Club. And you want to tell the world a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I'm Anne Wharton. I grew up in Tucson, Arizona, home of the Arizona Wildcats, Bear Down. I started there. I started my club career there at a small racket club when I was 16 years old, taking names at the front desk. And now, 25 years later, I've spent a lot of time in hospitality, everything from bartending to waiting tables to operations to general manager. And now here's where I am with the Bay Club. And I couldn't be more thrilled about the community we have.
Great. The Beach Cities area is a big environment for us, where we have clubs in Manhattan Beach, El Segundo, Redondo Beach. Tell me what the world is like down there right now as we're sort of going through this unusual time that we're all experiencing, because I haven't been down there to see you guys in about 30 days. So give me a viewpoint of what's happening in Manhattan Beach.
I think it's a big testament to our community. I've lived here for 15 years. I've lived in El Segundo, I've lived in Manhattan Beach, and now I reside in North Redondo Beach. And it's really amazing to see the way the community comes together. So, you know, everyone from Manhattan Beach to Redondo Beach, they may live in different cities, but we all are called the South Bay. And really, a lot of people call it the Mouth Bay because everyone knows everyone, but that's how we function, and the community here is really what makes it special. It's pretty amazing.
Good. All right, so then I've got Alex Tourk coming to us from Marean County today. Alex is our lobbyist that has worked with us for over 10 years on a whole variety of projects that, as we work through the various regulatory situations that we work on in order to either acquire, expand, or do real estate work with our properties, and has been an invaluable partner to the company. He's also a member of the clubs. I run into him on a consistent basis on his regular routine at Bay Club San Francisco. So Alex, you want to give the Bay Club community a little bit of your background?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, Matthew. It's nice to be here. I've been in the Bay Area for about 26 years. I worked in city government for about 13 of those years, in government and politics. Worked for 2 mayors back to back, was a department head under one, and then a deputy chief of staff. Was always the first guy kicked out to put the campaign infrastructure together. So built a lot of relationships both within government, but also within the broader community. And after about 13 years, was just kind of tired of being the guy behind the guy, and took a risk and started my own firm called Ground Floor Public Affairs. I was fortunate that Bay Club was one of the first clients to pick us up when we were just a small company, and we've grown to a team of 10 and are doing some really good work in the community. And it's been, again, an honor to be working with you guys for a decade on promoting and expanding recreational opportunities, but also creating safe and positive spaces for families. So again, it's an honor to be here. Thank you.
So how long have we been working together? I was guessing that it was about a decade. Is that correct?
It's about 8 years,
yeah,
coming on 9 years. Yeah.
There you go. What
definitely
do we get?
The longest client we've ever had. No doubt about
I like it. What do we get for the 10-year anniversary? Do we get like a leather jacket or anything like that?
Absolutely. Definitely embroidered. Definitely embroidered.
All right. And then our social media extraordinaire, Marissa, tell the world about you. You are lighting up the world for our company right now as we've been forced into a digital environment, and you have taken on an enormous amount of responsibility to help bring the Daily Bay to life and things like that. Tell the team about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Marissa. I've been at the Bay Club for about 3.5 years now. I manage all of our social media. I grew up in Marean, went to Redwood High School, worked at Soul Food all of high school, which I know a lot of you Marean, San Francisco people are familiar with. And I actually learned to swim at Ross Valley when I was little. So definitely Bay Club's been in my life, and I am so thankful to be at such an amazing company with, you know, that's just doing so much good. Yeah, so I'll be talking about the Daily Bay today. We are putting out daily content that hits all of our 4 quadrants, sports, fitness, family, and hospitality that we've talked about. And it's been really fun and super rewarding to see all of our members, you know, enjoying these videos and watching them and participating. So really thankful to be doing this during this time.
Well, I was singing Marissa's praises earlier today before we sort of jumped on our discussion environment here. And I can't go anywhere throughout the company on different meetings and not have 10 to 15 people raving about the job you're doing right now, because us communicating with our customer and through this digital environment is mission critical. We've got to be able to stay intact with our community, our associates. We have 6,000 associates, and we have 140,000 members from San Diego to Portland, Oregon. And the team behind it that has been grinding and really making all of this work, just can't say enough about how great you guys have been. So I'm excited for the Bay Club community to enlarge to be able to meet you. So thank you.
Me too. Thank you.
And each day, I give a little bit of background. This is the second day of our discussion series. As I said, I'm Matthew Stevens. Get the fortunate to work with these amazing people in this company. We are a blue collar shop, we call ourselves. Most of us have come up from the front lines of the business. Personally, I started at the front desk of a club in upstate New York, and we bring that sort of lunch pail mentality to work every day, trying to figure out how to make a great place for our employees to work and to created an environment and a family environment and a community environment for our membership. And we are so thankful of our membership base. Of times like this get you to appreciate even more what we've been allowed to do for our living. The fact that we get to get up every day trying to make a fun, active lifestyle for our customers. And one of the things we're going to try to do is give more detail about what's happening behind the curtain for the company. How are we thinking about the future of Bay Club? The world has thrown us a curveball. Everybody's been sort of isolated in the stay-at-home mode as part of it, and the world's going to wake up here soon. Hopefully we get through this, everybody gets through safe and healthy, and something's got to happen as far as how lights are going to go on and the world is going to start to operate again. And so part of this discussion series is to talk to you about how we're thinking about that as a company, what's important to us to make sure you feel safe coming back to our facilities, and how we're thinking about over the next 6 to 9 months, why the world's going to be definitely different before it finds its new norm. And so each person's going to sort of give you an insight on some of the things we're working on. Morell, I'm going to start with you. And, you are our top operations person that we've sort of tapped to oversee this whole safety concept of how do we actually start to prepare for the spring and summer. And when we are allowed people to go to some of our outdoor facilities like golf courses, tennis courts, swimming pools that are outside that don't have as much confinement to it, you're working on an entire strategy. Can you sort of help the Bay Club community understand some of the more tactical things that we're working on?
Absolutely, Matthew. Thank you. We're really fortunate in so far as we operate such a large number of facilities that are quite expansive. They include both indoor and outdoor amenities and facilities, golf courses, tennis, multiple pools. And these are environments that we feel quite strongly in the early days when business comes back to life, that we can operate very safely and very thoughtfully. Of course, we'll double down throughout our business on cleaning and sanitation, and we'll go to every length to make sure our members' experience is safe and fun and comfortable. I think tennis is a great opportunity for us. Our pros are really itching to get back on the courts, and when the time is right, we'll do that. That's an activity that we think can be done really thoughtfully and really safely, even in the early days. And if this time also gives us an opportunity to do some renovations, to do some work that we might have done throughout the course of the year. So I think when our members do come back, they're going to see facilities that are in amazing shape. And I think that this is going to make for a great summer for all of our families and all of our members.
Yeah, so, as you know from the different meetings we're having behind the curtain, we understand that the new world is going to require us to have social distancing for a certain period of time until everybody feels safe. Eventually there's going to be a full basketball arena, and there's going to be the bars and restaurants are going to come back to life, and people are going to get on airplanes and sit next to each other. But in the short run, we're going to need to figure out some social distancing things. So, let's just chat a little bit about some of the, sort of out of the box things we're talking about. I know people sort of sometimes roll their eyes when we talk golf courses because it's such a small group of our membership base that actually uses the golf courses. But we've been talking about the fact that it's 200 and some odd acres of recreational land that we can allow more of our customers to use after 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's sort of open park, bike trails, you know, a cart path becomes a bike trail. Can you give a little bit of insight to the Bay Club community on some of the things we're strategizing on there?
Definitely. We think that golf courses offer an amazing opportunity for families as well as golfers. We anticipate that we'll be able to open up fairways for families to come out with soccer balls and picnics and enjoy time safely together. And a lot of our golf facilities also include great pools and turf areas. Sometimes we call them the Great Lawn. And we think these areas also offer opportunities for a lot of social distancing and really safe play.
Yeah. So, I think to the Bay Club community, one of our main focuses is we know that the world's not going to just snap back right into place. So we are really thinking about how do we do this and how do we prove the responsibility. We feel like, when you say essential and non-essential, the club category we believe is essential to people's lives, but we have to prove that we can have the discipline, not unlike what we're seeing our friends in the grocery industry do. I think they've done a fantastic job creating social distancing, but still being able to provide us with an essential need. And the need for social activity and the ability to get out of the house, be able to go to your club, especially those that have the big outdoor facilities that can be in a controlled environment. We're very, very focused on earning your respect on that. So I'm going to go down to my relationship guru, one of the best personalities we have in the company, who is, a guru of member advisory boards, a guru on relationships and how important this membership base is to our family. And talk to us about sort of, as you're overseeing a lot of these conversations about how do we take care of our Bay Club family going forward, give us an idea of what's on your mind.
Yeah, at the end of the day, as speaking from the operator standpoint, from all of the GMs and all of the frontline staff, at the end of the day, we miss our members, we miss our family. When we had to shut down, it was a part of our family that we were missing on a day-to-day operation. We spent a lot of time cleaning the clubs and doing member engagement and coming up with fun activities for members to do. But at the end of the day, all the decorating and cleaning and all of that stuff, the best decorations that we have are our members' smiles and our members, laughter and that sort of thing. So we just miss that vibrancy. I think from that standpoint, the best thing that our Bay Club community can do for us as employees and operators is just to stay in touch. If you have an idea for, social distancing or something that you've seen out there that we can use and implement in our clubs, please reach out. Emails, social media, everything. We just really want to stay connected because as much as you miss us, we miss you even more. So it's a big part of who we are.
So a couple things is, as we have attacked this situation, everybody was sort of thrown this curveball that the pandemic sort of ran to the scope that it has, and it forced all these different organizations, including ours, to end up having services temporarily suspended. We approach this from number one is how are we going to communicate with our members and what is it that we need to do to talk to the membership base. So we have sent out multiple communications about and put them up on our website at Bay Club Connect, in the mail to the members, so everybody knows sort of how we're thinking about how to move through this process. We created the Daily Bay, which Marissa is going to talk about, that has now daily communications, of which this discussion series is on there. Number two was how we're going to take care of our associates. And so our big important part was, look, a lot of companies have decided to furlough individuals and they have tough decisions. We had tough decisions as well, and we decided that we wanted to really focus on keeping our 6,000 associates together. You come from Manhattan Country Club, which is known for an amazing staff and long-term veteran team as part of that. So give us an idea of how they're feeling, the group at Manhattan Country Club, whether or not it's the food and beverage team or the tennis pros or the all of the amazing people that make up the squad at Manhattan Country Club, and sort of how you're keeping that camaraderie together.
Yeah, it's really a testament to how we function as a community. Once again, from Santiago, the dishwasher that's been there 25 years, Susie's been there 32 years as a bartender, housekeeping staff has been there 20 years plus. We have that across all of our clubs, and really reaching out back and forth, we have that synergy with our staff that they really trust us at the end of the day. So, we've been working with them on a daily basis and having multiple conference calls and Zoom calls. A lot of people aren't so great at mute yet on Zoom, but we're working through that. But really, all of our staff is really engaged in a dialogue, and everyone is really appreciative that we're working so hard to retain them with, consistent paychecks. And that's been a really unique thing for our field. No one else is really doing that. And in our field, we're really blessed to have that. And we're really feeling that from our employees for sure.
So our goal as a company has been to try to keep our entire staff together. The first and foremost is to focus on our frontline teams that are doing our childcare programs, or our front desk teams, our housekeeping teams, our food and beverage teams. Then our service providers that provide all of the great magic that happens to the business. And then we have our team that oversees and operates the business. And our goal is to work our way through this and keep our team together. So as soon as we can turn the lights on onto these properties, we've got our squad ready to go. Everybody's working. I've heard many times from the team, we're working harder today with 24 clubs temporarily suspended than we've ever worked with the 24 clubs open and operating. And that's a good thing. We're very focused on it. We will have to earn the respect of our customers, and that's a big important piece of the puzzle. All right, I'm going to turn over to Alex, and I'm going to have you chat with us about, Alex, one of the things you and I did as soon as this thing went down, I reached out to you and said, okay, let's get on the phone and dial up all the different counties and have conversations. And we don't know what we could do, but what should we do, and how do we be part of the solution versus the problem with regarding how do we help the first responders and all of the different things. And you were amazing. You got on the phone and started dialing up all the different counties. You want to give a perspective on how we've been trying to attack that and some of your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, it's, in such unprecedented times where we're all dealing with this together, there's just this natural feeling of kind of what can I do, right, to make a difference. And again, it's a testament of great leadership and a great company that, when you're dealing in a time of crisis, how do you respond? And getting that call and being able to be proactive with my team and calling city and county leaders up and down the West Coast and talking about the fact that the company has these tremendous assets that they could potentially, loan at a time of closure to cities and counties to really utilize much needed space for, like you said, first responders or healthcare workers or members of our homeless community who are seeking shelter or much needed childcare. These conversations are vital, and I must say they've been welcome with open arms of having really constructive dialogue about how do we best utilize these facilities while they're temporarily shut down to really bring value to the community. And I think that speaks volumes on who the Bay Club is.
As you know, Alex, one of the projects we've been working on that's sort of caught a little bit of press and attention is we've been having a significant amount of discussion with the city of San Francisco, and thinking about, given that we had two big indoor tennis complexes, one in San Francisco proper and one over near the airport. We've been having some conversations about that. You've been instrumental in that dialogue as part of it. And, what I'd like to do is I'll give more of the overview when once I get a chance to talk to Marissa about where we stand today. But I'd like to get your perspective of, what were the needs that the city was talking about? What were their key issues that they were really trying to solve as we sort of figure out how to help on the front lines of things in San Francisco?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's not unique to San Francisco, the challenge of homelessness in California and the nation, but California has probably about a quarter of the homeless population in the country. So there's no doubt as we started reaching out, the top priority of the city and the mayor was really around protecting people who are living on our streets, specifically seniors. We have a number of shelters where obviously there are a number of people that goes against, the social distancing order, just being in such a shelter setting. So immediately we had, top officials touring the facilities, thinking creatively on how can we best protect vulnerable populations in this time of crisis. So the dialogue has been, again, powerful and constructive, and feel like we're really going to deliver meaningful value to people who are truly in need.
Yeah, so to address that topic to our Bake Club community, on Monday, a few people jumped the gun with a dialogue of information that we weren't necessarily there yet with what was going to take place. We were in conversations and continue to be in conversations with the city of San Francisco to see if, while our club at 5th and Brannan on the San Francisco Tennis Club, we might be able to come up with a way that the tennis facility could be a temporary facility for some of the homeless, given it's a 12 indoor court tennis facility and it can be sort of cordoned off in its own environment. We also talked about maybe using one of the first level of our parking garage. We're putting out a statement today, today, that will sort of clarify where everything is. It's still a work in progress, and we're trying to find a way to get to a completion. The goal would be if the club's gonna be down for a certain period of time, given the stay-at-home orders, could this be used? And then as soon as we're sort of releasing and starting to open up things, we'll quickly clean up the club, resurface the courts, and have the club ready to go for our members. So we're working on it, and it's a work in progress, and we'll keep everybody apprised. But sometimes these sacrifices we think are the correct things to do because we've got to give back to the community, and everybody's got to chip in right now. And we went to Barnes and Noble and looked for the book of how to survive a pandemic, and when you have 6,000 employees and 24 locations that are all the services are temporarily suspended. I didn't find it there yet, but I'm still searching as part of the process. So with that, what I did find is we've got this rock star extraordinaire on our social media side of the world who's just been delighting all of us with the things that we're delivering. So we want to talk about our live streaming and all the different things you're working on, Marissa?
Yeah, so one of the main focuses is just providing daily information for our members. I mean, you are all so used to, getting nutrition tips and going to the cafes and, taking your favorite workout classes and working with your favorite trainers. And, this is a huge change in life. So one of the things we're working on is emailing out the Daily Bay, which hopefully you've all seen. It includes nutrition tips, sports tips, like tips from your favorite tennis pros. Spencer Trotta, somebody down at Manhattan Country Club, did a foot drill for tennis players. So really fun stuff. Something we're also working on is getting kids things. So DIYs and things that you can do with your preschoolers all the way up to your older kids from the family programming side of the world. Our main focus is getting those group exercise classes up and available to our members. And we've been doing live classes working with the group exercise team, Brianne Mitchell, down our regional fitness director in Los Angeles, and putting together schedules that has a range of, all of our classes, your favorite instructors from all of your different clubs. And we've seen a huge growth in these classes, from 40 to 150 people joining for each one. So it's been really fun to watch all of you enjoying these great classes, trying out new classes. I see that Brianne taught an Ignite class on our Instagram the other day, and we had members from Fremont and Oregon who don't have Ignite yet being able to watch and join that class. So it's been really fun doing all of this. And something else that we want your feedback, and we want to know what instructors you want to see, who are your favorites, and how can we continue to grow this group exercise program with the people you love and the classes you want to take.
So we've really started to make progress. You guys have made amazing progress on the fitness side of the world. I hear we've assigned Penny Love to get working on the whole sports side of the world, so we can have a combination of squash, tennis, basketball, aquatics, golf all set up. Give us a little bit of update on what people can expect on the sports side of the world over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, so all of those. We're getting golf tips from your pros down in Fairbanks Ranch and Boulder and Stone Tree. We're getting swim tips that you can do even if you don't have a pool. We're getting tennis drills from Claire Carter at Redwood Shores, how to play by yourself against a wall and using your dog to get the ball when you're playing tennis. So it's really fun to see how creative our team can get and how much they want to share and how important this is to continue giving us information and teaching even when we can't be physically together.
It's great. It's great. So part of our goal is, as we go through this different discussion series, is for you to have a look behind the curtain at the Bay Club on what are we doing to try to help get this company ready to be able to be that provider for all of our Bay Club community. We understand the responsibility that we have in front of us, that the world's going to be different. The future of Bay Club operating under the new norm is a real thing, and we've got to be ready for it. We're not going to try to be too heavy. We're not scripted. Nobody's sitting here with everything written out to have a conversation. We're trying to be just sort of who we are. This is how we run the company. And I finally learned how to do Zoom. That was something new for me. I had not done that. So I am breaking into the world of technology, which the team laughs at me a lot for. And it means a lot for us to be able to spend a little bit of time each day with our membership base, helping you understand what we're trying to do to get the business, to get the clubs ready to welcome you back as soon as we can turn on the lights. So part of our routine for our discussion series is that we're also going to try to help out the community. We've asked each person to say, one thing they're thankful for of the people that are out there helping out. And second is a local business in the neighborhoods that everybody lives in that they can recommend, so that we can keep sharing tips as part of that. So Morell, you want to tell us about Burbank, California?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll start by telling you one thing that I'm grateful for, and that's the support of my wife and our kids' mom. I think all the moms out there are just doing such an incredible amount of work, and just so appreciative for everything it takes at home to keep the kids in school online and everything else going as well. So that's something I'm grateful for. There is a neat business, and it's in San Francisco as well as LA. There's a company called Mr. Holmes Bakehouse for those foodies out there, and in their retail shops they create some of the most amazing croissants and pastry that you can buy in the United States. But in the last 2 weeks, they've launched a mail order artisan baking kit to bake bread at home. And they will ship you a live sourdough starter, like a liquid levain. And you can bake amazing bread at home. So go online, check them out on Instagram in San Francisco or Los Angeles, and do some amazing baking. It's a great time to do it.
I was expecting good things from you, Morell, so that was a pretty good tip. I like it. All right, Manhattan Beach, what do you got for me?
I am very thankful for our little pint-sized graffiti artists that take sidewalk chalk and go over the sidewalks and write positive messages and rainbows and sunshine and all of that stuff. So when you're out with your little moment of outside time, you get to see all of these positive messages. So I'm very thankful of all of the kids in the community that are graffiti artisting everywhere. And then as far as local businesses, I would encourage everyone to, support all of the restaurants and takeout food as much as you can. I think one of our members that has grown near and dear to our hearts is Mike Sims and the Simsies guys. Not only do they have the best burgers, but they frequently roll through the club and give our staff and Bay Club staff, you know, all throughout the year, free burgers and free drinks just on the, you know, off the cuff. So we love them. Additionally, the Manhattan Beach Ed Foundation, we all love the wine auction every year, and we're 25-year proud sponsors of it and hosts of it. And they unfortunately had to push until next year. So they will be coming out with information about a live auction and a silent auction. So I would encourage you to reach out and make sure to support them as well. Thank you.
Yeah, we're very sad that we are not able to host the wine auction this year. And as soon as we get everybody back together, we'll figure out what we can do to help Ed Foundation. And it's an amazing, amazing event that happens every year. So thank you. The Marin County side of the world, what do you got out there, Alex?
So I'm definitely most thankful for the health and well-being of my my 15-year-old son. Marissa, we won't hold it against you that you went to Redwood. My son's at Tam High. And I must say, in all this transition, you know, you recognize what's really important at the end of the day, and being able to just spend time together, cook together. He's been in pretty good spirits and really helpful and supportive. So I'm probably most thankful for that. And then I want to echo what Anne was saying on supporting your local restaurateurs. It's tough enough running a successful restaurant, even in great economic times. I believe like 95% of restaurants fail, period. So obviously in these unprecedented times, supporting your Buckeye Roadhouse and Playa and Piazza d'Angelo, they need our help now more than ever.
All right, Marissa, what are you going to do? You're the, you know, the cool hip world of San Francisco. So don't let us down.
I'll try not to. So first, a few things that I'm grateful for. I know that this is really hard times for everyone. And when you message us on social media or write a comment when you watch your favorite group exercise class, it's me who sees all of them and responds, and just how thankful I am and how grateful I am for the positivity I've seen from all of you watching and enjoying these classes. It means a lot to get those messages. And, you know, this isn't easy for anybody. So it's really good to see how positive everybody is despite everything that's happening. I'm really thankful for my family's all safe. They're all in Marean. My dad found out he was cancer-free on Monday. So really good news in these dark times. So that's, you know, great and really exciting. And just really thankful for, you know, all of the nurses and doctors that are working hard and, you know, not fun, but it means a lot to everybody. And what my restaurants, and, you know, I am a big advocate of going to Trader Joe's, and the staff here in my little North Beach, Trader Joe's is just incredible. You know, they work so hard and they work all the hours, and it's a lot of people that come through, and it's just, they're super positive, and I'm really thankful. And for all the small restaurants around here in North Beach, getting those to go and stuff. So yeah.
It's great. It's great. And, you know, over the last 6 weeks or so, or you know, a couple weeks or so, as we've been working on this, you know, we've had the chance to interact with a lot of the county staff. And, you know, there's definitely the first responders and the hospital staff that we all have to send a shout out to. You know, even over this week, I've been working with the City of San Francisco's team, and it's amazing how much hard work they're doing to find facilities and places. They're negotiating with hotels. They're negotiating with clubs like us, trying to figure out how to put the pieces of the puzzle together to create the right infrastructure. And it's happening in all of our markets. You know, we're operating in San Diego, the Los Angeles Beach Cities area, the West LA area. We are in San Jose, Santa Clara, Redwood Shores, San Mateo County. We're over in the East Bay in Pleasanton and Fremont, and up in Walnut Creek, and then we come over to San Francisco and up to Marin and up into Portland, Oregon. And it's an enormous task for these government officials to try to figure out how to rally the entire troops. And there's a lot of people behind the scenes, behind the curtain, that are making amazing decisions to put together the infrastructure. So my shout out is to them. Unbelievable group of people that are out there trying to make this happen and allow the world to come on to turn their lights back on. And hopefully from here, you're hearing the message from us. We're focused on how to get our lights back on and welcome you back into our communities and own the responsibility of making sure it's safe and healthy, but also provide you that fun factor that you're looking for, that as everybody's cooped up in their houses, we're trying to get the future of the Bay Club and what the new norm's going to look like from there. My shout out, I'm a Irish Catholic kid from upstate New York, so I'm a big comfort food person. I get in trouble that I run a company that's based on health and fitness, and I play basketball and tennis and things like that, but I may not have the healthiest diet in the world, so I am a big comfort person. And we have ordered out to, I think 6 times now, to the new spot on Polk, which is on Polk and Union. They have amazing good comfort food that after some of the crazy days that have gone on trying to figure out what to do with your company when all of a sudden the governor says that nobody's going to come to your club for a certain period of time, which we totally respect. And you got 6,000 employees or 6,000 families, depending on what you're going to do next. I've needed some comfort food. So I've got a lot of love for the new spot on Polk and highly recommend it from there. So with that, we're going to wrap up. Morell, Anne, Alex, Marissa, thank you guys for being here today. We're unbelievably appreciative of our Bay Club family, and hopefully you're finding these sessions that we'll do in our discussion series, the future of Bay Club, operating under the new norm. With that, we're out. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Matt.
Matthew.
Thank you.